Hey guys, and welcome to my Thunder Dragon build. And recently the ban list came out like 2 weeks ago, was it? Yeah, and also Colossus didn't come off the list.
I did nothing wrong, man. I did nothing wrong whatsoever.
And for that reason, I'm doing an updated deck profile. I also just noticed that I actually haven't posted any Thunder Dragon decks in my channel, so I just decided to do one. It's like one of my all-time favorite decks, so let's get into the build. And before I start off, just wanted to let you know that some aspects of this deck are based off of Jesse Cotton's build, so shoutouts to him. And this isn't like the typical Thunder Dragon deck where you use like your Lupine and Solar and just turbo out your Titan. It isn't like that. It's kind of different, and it's more chaos and mill focused deck. So it's a little different from the original playstyle of Thunder Dragons, but I'll go over everything, and I also have combos and test hands after the deck profile, so make sure to stick around for those. So basically for like Lightsworn engine is just Raiden and Charge. So you just basically want to mill cards and gain advantage, and you can make like multiple negate boards like this one that I'm showing on the screen right now. And that's also one of the replays, so make sure to check that out. And this isn't like your typical Thunder Dragon deck. It's playing like a lot of different engines, and this build is inspired off of Jesse Cotton. So the main goal of this build is to like turbo out Ruler as fast as possible, mill cards, gain advantage, and basically set up like 4 to 5 negate boards. This deck isn't playing hand traps because again, it's very good at playing through interruption. And with testing, this deck is really good. I can already tell that this deck is, it's not like meta or anything. It won't win an LCS, but it's still a really fun deck to play, and I enjoy playing it. I highly recommend trying it out, and it's like a break from the meta game, and you can also win. So basically the goal of this deck in the beginning is, as I said before, is to get out Ruler as fast as possible and like mill as many cards as you can. And also, if you have any questions about any of these card choices, just make sure to comment down below and I'll answer as soon as I can. And without further ado, let's get into the combos. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to support me and the channel. So first we're going to show a combo startup with Raiden. What this means is that how you basically get into your Chaos Ruler using Raiden. So you can start using Raiden or Charge. So the only thing is, if you start with Charge, you can mill 3 extra cards. So if you get into Ruler, it's basically like the start of every board that you make. And Ruler like gets your combo started by milling like 5 cards from your deck. So first, activate Charge, mill 3, and search your Raiden. And you need a level 4 on your field as well, any level 4. And you can normal your Raiden, use its effect to mill 2 more cards from your deck. Now you can synchro into Ruler and use its effect to mill 4, and you can search one of the 4 cards that you milled. So now you can add to your hand one of those 5 cards that you milled. So you just add Rocket Tracer back. In this case, it can literally be anything. So that's basically your startup with Ruler. You mill 9 cards, add a light or dark, and you also have the Ruler on your field. That's like the basic startup of your combo, and this is how your combo will always start. And you can also do the startup with Tracer, which I'll show next. So it's just a lot of graveyard advantage, and it gets your combo started. So this is how every single combo that you do will start out. So this is the combo starter up with Tracer. It's not as good as using a Raiden, but it doesn't mill as many cards, but it's just like 1 card combo. So just get Tracer on the field using quick launch or just normal summon it. If you normal summon it, the only thing is that you just lost your normal summon, which isn't really a big deal. So go into Striker Dragon, use the effect to search back Tracer, and then activate your boot, summon out Tracer, and then you can pop boot and summon Recharger. The only downside to this is that you'll be locked to darks from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. It's not really a big deal because like most of the cards in your extra deck are dark, but if you have a level 4 extender, you don't really have to you don't have to get Recharger yet. You can like banish your Tracer and like get it back using Emperor and do some stuff like that. So this is your end board. Just mill 4, add a light or dark, and end on Ruler. So now it's time for some test hands, and this is the first test hand. So it's nothing too complicated. It's like a pretty good hand. You can easily do full combo with. The only downside is that I actually drew Boot Sector, which is not the best draw because you're gonna search it for free with Striker Dragon, and like nobody ashes Striker Dragon. So first off, I'm gonna fire Chaos Base, getting rid of the Dark Worm because we have no monster, so Dark Worm can come back from the grave. So it's like a free special summon. Now I'm gonna go for a Tracer, and since I already have a level 4 on my field, I'm just gonna go straight into Ruler. I'm not gonna use Tracer's effect because I know I can extend more here. And now I mill 5 cards and I search one light or dark that I milled. So I'm gonna add back the Revolution. And I'm gonna banish Dragon Roar for White Dragon Wyvern Buster. And that'll trigger Dragon Roar, summoning Dragon Dark from the deck. So now I can go into Striker Dragon again. It's very unfortunate that I have Boot Sector already, but it doesn't really affect the combo. So I add the Black Dragon to the hand and banish White Dragon. So the reason I did that is because you can get like a +2 with Chaos Base. And now you can go into Romulus and search Dragon Ravine. So this is basically like the basic Dragon startup, and it just gains a lot of advantage. And as you saw, the Chaos Base does +2. And now you can go into Seals because both of them are dragons. And now Revolution, you can use Revolution. So discard it, and what I had in mind was to use Tracer's effect. So I wanted my Chaos Emperor Dragon. So I banished Tracer on purpose so that I could use my Emperor Dragon effect. So as you saw, now I can add back Tracer with Emperor, and Emperor goes to extra deck. And I forgot that I normal summoned here. I would have normal summoned Tracer, but I just forgot that I did not normal summon yet. So Ravine will mill Spiral so to go into rank 8 plays, and Spiral will just come right back. And at this point, you can just go into Harbinger. And the reason I went into this one first is because it's light, and I'm gonna get locked into Darks only. So now I go into Savage for Omni Negate. So Savage is an amazing interruption during opponent's turn. Now we're locked into Darks from the extra deck only. Now I use Hawk to bring back Roar, and I go into Verde Anaconda. And I also have Dragon Dark effect to search Thunder Dragon, so I get 2 pops with Titan. And your Emperor can summon itself from the extra deck by banishing a Light and Dark. And you also have Ruler in the graveyard, which you can summon by banishing Light and Dark. So now you have another Omni Negate with your Dark Knight of the Underworld. Now Verde can mill your Thunder Dragon Fusion, shuffle all 3 of your Thunder Dragons back into the deck, and can also summon Thunder Dragon Titan. So this is the end board of this replay. And you end on your Heraldic Seals, which is a bounce, Savage Omni Negate. You have 2 pops with Titan because you can discard Thunder Dragon twice, and you also have Harbinger Spell Negate and 1 Omni Negate with your Dark Knight of the Underworld. Okay, so for the second test hand, we have this is like kind of a normal hand, and this hand we actually don't have access to our ruler. So I'm just gonna show a combo where there's no ruler. So what do you do if you don't have ruler? So it's a little complicated, but it isn't as good as when you have access to ruler. You want access to ruler most of the time, but if you don't have access to ruler, you can still improvise. So right now I'm just making my Chaos Dragons, and at this point I actually didn't want to go into Seals. I wanted Romulus because I just wanted a better board at this point, and Dragon Ravine is just a great card to get advantage. So now you have next turn set up, and you have potential rank 8 plays as well. So a Spiral I'm actually not going to use the effect of, and I also have Jackalope right now. I unfortunately can't use Spiral effect this turn because I don't have 2 dragons on the field, so that was a little unfortunate, but yeah. And also I can't use Chaos Creator because the stuff I have in my banished zone are all Thunder Dragons, and I also drew the Thunder Dragon Fusion, which is like a little unfortunate. So you can still make a decent board with this. Like for example, right now I already have Appaloosa set up, and I have the IP, and I'm also gonna make the Titan. So basically the end board isn't as good as the last test hand, but at least you have something. So you have like 3 monster negates, a pop with Titan because you have Matrix in your hand. You have Unicorn during opponent's turn, which is very high impact, and you also have a lot of next turn setup. So next turn you can just easily kill your opponent, right? So this is basically like a not so good hand, and you can still make a lot out of it. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.